What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The David Lopez Show, presented by Passion Park Entertainment. Thank you all for joining us. It is wonderful to be back after another fun and exciting week that I had. I hope you had a good week yourselves. This is going to be another solo dolo episode, primarily focused on the week 2 picks. Or actually, this is week 3. I'm sorry. This is the second week that we're doing picks on the show. But last week I started with week 2. I'll let you guys know how I did, and then I'll go through my picks for this week. So if you guys are interested in that, you can just and you don't want to hear anything about music stuff, you can skip forward a little bit, and we'll get straight to that. But for now, I got to do a little housekeeping like normal, and I want to talk about this show that I had last week and the new music that I got out. So just some simple stuff like that for all the fans out there. Thank you to everybody who has said any kind words about the new song. Bully Freestyle is now out, featuring Julian Xavier, produced by E-Word. E-Word has produced Beautiful and Heaven and The Comeback and numerous other songs for myself. But anyways, that just dropped this week. That's part of I'm just doing a new song every month right now. That's part of just a strategy that I got. I mean, I might even I had it already in my head, there might be some months where I do more than one song a month if I got, enough extra work and I feel like the vibes go together. Then I might do that. But anyways, yeah, so stay tuned for new music at all times. But check out that. It's just like a rap song straight up. I mean, that's why it's Bully Freestyle. That's why I called it that. Just so, I mean, when you see a song titled Freestyle, I feel like you just know it might not necessarily be freestyle off the dome, but the idea, the concept is that it's just like a rap song. It's just verse, 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 verse. So if you want to hear more like music stuff, then Beautiful in Heaven are more traditional with hooks and stuff like that, obviously, and that's, most of my music's like that. So I like to have a nice little mix, especially for all my rap fans. But I got to perform that this past weekend. I was in Milwaukee. So shout out to the Cactus Club for having us. Thank you so much. It was a fun show. I'll be posting a recap video really soon as I finish that. It's just, got to get through all that footage. It's been a lot. I did post a clip on my Instagram of me performing Bully Freestyle. I premiered it because the song came out that night of the show. So I premiered it at the show, and then the song came out at night. It was pretty smooth. I got all the words right, which is positive. I had a fun time, though, in Milwaukee, man. It was not a huge turnout. I'd be lying if I said it was. But I will say the people that were there had some great energy and, we're, rocking with the whole show. You know what I mean? People didn't leave. That's always part of the thing, especially when you're, when you're technically the headliner, but really just the last act. I mean, it's hard to say headline when all these acts we're all small independent artists, so we're all just trying to draw anybody we can. But I was technically the last act because that's how that goes. You know what I mean? And yeah, and those, especially a Sunday night, you just want to make sure that everybody's having a good time. You want to keep the show moving. I was really trying to make it to a point to be there's no dead time in the show, just straight up act. So the show goes from 8 to 10. You know what I mean? People only got so much time in their brain for a show to go to. So I feel like 2 to 3 hours is usually a good window. 2 hours is safe on a Sunday night. So we kept it to that, and I was happy about that. And I actually I got a lot of words from people talking about how good my set was, even though it was obviously not a huge crowd, and it wasn't my longest set. I think I did 30 or something like that. But it was just really smooth. I just really was into it. I was really feeling it. I had Joey up there playing guitar, so shout out to Joe Bianco, who also did a solo set. And then my DJ, Rogers Park Mexican, RPM, you know what I'm saying? He was helping me out up there, so we had a good time. Yeah, lately, my last couple shows, I've been using this mic. I've been bringing my own mic. I'm becoming a diva now, you know what I mean? I'm only using my own mic. But it has been sounding really good, and I really like it, so I'm gonna stick with that. No other show dates on the books right now. I mean, I would love to plan some shows. If people reach out to me, though, really right now, I just want to get the word out about the music and get the hype up. Because I love doing shows and having, friends and family come out and just people that I don't get to see that much, once in a while just come out. That's cool, but I need the people that to come out to the shows to be fans of the music specifically, you know what I mean? And I'm not to say that some of my friends and family aren't a fan of my music, because I think they are, but I need fans of my music who then buy tickets, you know what I mean? So I really need to get the word out about the music. So I'm just hoping that by releasing a lot of new tunes, that'll happen. I hope one of these singles catches on with some people, and then that'll draw people to listen to the rest of my catalog, because we have so much music. I'm gonna put a lot more. I think I'm gonna try to put a little more money into marketing. You know I need to do that. Like, I'm hearing a lot of people talk about Facebook. I've been doing Facebook ads a little bit more now, and actually I have seen some pretty solid results. And I've been hearing some very good results from artists using Facebook and IG just specifically. So I think I'm gonna do that a little bit more for sure. But yeah, if you guys got any advice for me, any words, feel free to hit me up. I would love to talk to you guys. That's why it's part of the reason I do this podcast, whenever I can, just to keep up, because I mean, my music tells a lot about my story and my emotions and stuff, but to actually get to talk to me, I'd rather do this, makes sense. So yeah, first, before we get into the picks, let me do some, sorry, I don't know what that was all about. Before I get into the picks, let me do these real quick affiliates that we usually do. I'm gonna do the same two that I've been doing for a while now, and they're good. They're really good sites to use and good things. Diamond CBD, first of all. I'm sure you guys have heard CBD is the craze right now, especially with weed becoming a lot more just normalized and around, which is great from a stoner like me, you know what I mean? But CBD is cool because it has a lot of the positive effects that come from cannabis, but it doesn't have the high that comes to it, the haziness, or whatever you might call it. So you can really get a lot of the benefits. Diamond CBD is America's #1 CBD company. All right. Diamond CBD has edibles such as gummies, cake pops, honey sticks, oils, vape additives, dabs, creams. They even have an entire line of pet products, so pet CBD products. So they have over 1,000 products. It's a really cool site. They always do awesome ads. I know yesterday I got an email about they're doing 50% off the whole site for the whole day. So they always do cool things like that. So you can definitely save some money and get some cool products. And even if you just want to try it out. You can just get like a bag of gummies for like a really low price and just to try, see what it's like. And it all ships in 2 days, I believe. So you usually get it really fast. So I really like Diamond CBD. As I've said before on this, I have ordered from them, and I'm probably going to continue to do so because I do just like having that. So shout out to Diamond. Appreciate you guys. Go to passionparkent.com/diamond. And if you use the banner there to shop through their site, you will be directly supporting us. So I would really greatly appreciate that, as always. And finally, Splice. So Splice is for music makers and people, I guess, who are just, trying to get into or just want to do some cool stuff with audio, want to do a fun little art project, or if you want to make a film and you need some sounds. Splice is awesome because they have over 2 million samples. Music makers are able to subscribe to the largest library of samples, presets, and loops in the world, with being able to, you can also acquire costly plugins and effects on a rent-to-own basis. It starts as low as $5.99 a month. Obviously goes up from there, depends how you want to do it. But it is affordable for independent artists and creators and music makers and just anybody who wants some sounds. I know I mentioned this last week, but there's some. They have like cool samples from like artists that like they had Riff Raff on there, Jody High Roller, just making some funny noises. So that's just an example of something that you could use to make a beat or something like that, and find a creative outlet for it. So thank you to Splice for doing that. PassionParkENT.com/Splice. And if you use the banners there to go to their site and shop or anything like that, you will be directly supporting Passion Park. So we would appreciate that. And just a overall advertisement, PassionParkENT.com is where you can find all of our stuff, show dates, merch, music, videos, all that stuff is on there. And then me specifically, thedavidlopez.com also has all of that stuff, but it's more just geared towards, me specifically and my music. But if you want to support us for real, get some merch. Merch would be great. Or download my album on any streaming platforms. That would be phenomenal. So I really appreciate all the constant support and words of encouragement as we're grinding along in this thing. So, anyways, that is that's like all the housekeeping stuff. Yeah, that was cool. All right, so let's get on to the fun stuff this week. Like I said, we're just going to do solo dolo, so it's going to be quick. I'm going to get to the picks. That's what I want to do. Last week, I'll briefly mention the Bears did get that W in thrilling fashion. Eddie Pinheiro is the leader and savior of the Bears right now. He has all the offense for the whole season. So shout out to him. Mitch still looking real rough out there. But hopefully we can recover this week. We got a Monday night game against the Redskins. That'll be coming later on in the picks. But without further ado, let's get to it, baby. So this is kind of a last second episode in that it's Thursday and there's a game tonight. Obviously, that's what happens all the time. But Titans Jaguars is the game tonight. So I figure if you're gonna miss this one, who gives a shit? It's not. I mean, come on, nobody gives a shit. Anyways, so the spread is 1.5 towards Jacksonville. So Tennessee's got to win by 2, and I'm going to think that they will. I mean, Jacksonville's with their backup quarterback. They have the whole issue with Jalen Ramsey, so there's all this turmoil going on. If you don't know, he requested a trade, and the Jacksonville is kind of shopping him, but he's also going to play tonight. So, I mean, there's a chance he plays tonight and then gets traded by Sunday. But I don't believe he'd be able to play, though, for Sunday. Because that'd be an unprecedented situation where a player could play 17 games, right? Yeah, I don't think that's allowed. I don't think that. That's crazy. That's a fun little interesting thing there. No, but that couldn't happen. But anyway, so they're going through that. So I'm going to go with Tennessee. I think Tennessee will win by 2 or more. I think they'll win by, at least a field goal in my opinion. All right. So moving on then, Falcons are playing the Colts this weekend. That's a Sunday noon game. Indianapolis is favored by 2.5. So it's basically just an even matchup because Indianapolis is at home and usually the home team gets 3. So the Colts are favored over the Falcons by 2.5. I'm going to go with the Falcons. I'm going to take the Falcons. Falcons they recovered after a shitty week 1, and then they played against the Eagles and that was a pretty thrilling game as well. I'm going to go with the Falcons. Julio Jones will have a big impact. All right, Bengals versus Bills. Bills are favored they need to win by 7. 6.5 is the spread in this one. Well, let me tell you, 6.5, a full touchdown against the Bengals, but they are 2-0. The Bengals have not looked good. I am going to go and they're in Buffalo. I'm going Buffalo. All right, Buffalo strong on it. This is a time that I should probably pause and briefly mention. Last week's picks, if you kept along, I got 9 right. So if you're in a Pigskin Pick'em league and you did join along with me, 9 is not a terrible score. I mean, it doesn't usually win that week. I feel like the 10-11 range is usually a winner. This week in the league that I'm in, the winner had 13. That's going to be a tough score to beat all year. So, I mean, but yeah, I had 9, and week 1 I had 11. So, I mean, I'm pretty solid, averaging 10 a week right now. So, let's keep it going, I need your guys' support back here. All right. Now, this is tough, though, because there's a couple, really shitty teams, and the spreads are insane. So, Dolphins, Cowboys. I mean, the Dolphins spread last week against the Patriots was 18.5, and the Patriots won 43-0. I took the Patriots on it. This is the Cowboys, who are one of the best teams in the league, playing the Dolphins, who are the worst team maybe all time. And the Cowboys are getting 21.5, so they have to beat the Dolphins by 22 points. Fucked up thing is I think they probably will. They have to beat them by 22. I mean, that's how bad the Dolphins are. Do I take the Dolphins on this? Oh, shit, guys. Man, it's in Dallas, which I got to go Dallas. They're gonna win by over 3 touchdowns, which is just insane, really. But all right. Packers, Broncos. Packers have to win by 8. I'm going to go with yes because last week in the Bears-Packers game, I feel like half the reason that the Bears barely beat the Broncos and it was so close was playing up there in Denver. Because Flacco does not look good, man. I mean, he had a couple of big throws, but he's still. So I think the Packers are going to get off to a hot start because they're in Lambeau again, and they're already 2-0. That'll give them a 3-0. Don't love it. But I do think that they're going to win, and I think they will win somewhat easily. So yeah, they got to win by 8. I'm going with Packers on that. Alrighty. Lions, Eagles. Eagles got to win by 7 in this. Lions won last week. I can't remember who they played, but I don't think they look very good. And then they have that tie from week 1. I'm going Eagles. Eagles going to take that by 7. Eagles going to take it by 7. Alrighty. Ravens, Chiefs. Ooh, this is going to be great. Sunday at noon. I'm glad the Bears are playing on Sunday night or on Monday night because Sunday. Well, first off, I have other plans later on in the day, and that I didn't even think about the Bears game. But Ravens Chiefs is at noon, so I can watch that and not even be concerned about the Bears. This is gonna be great. Lamar Jackson versus Pat Mahomes. Lamar Jackson is looking like if he keeps it up this year, he could be an MVP candidate. Pat Mahomes was the MVP last year and looks like he's gonna have a better year. So he's looking like the best football player in the NFL right now. And the Bears passed on him for Mitch Trubisky. The Bears traded up to pass on Pat Mahomes. It's sickening, really. Anyways, KC's got to win by 7. They're in KC. I think they will. I'm going KC here. Damn, they got to win by 7. I mean, the Ravens, they could show out, but because the Chiefs' defense isn't very good. Man, oh man. I'm actually gonna switch this up and go. No, I'm keeping it. Chiefs by 7. Keeping it. All right, Vikings, Raiders. Minnesota's got to win by at least 8 over Oakland, and they're in Minnesota, and I don't think that's gonna happen. I'm gonna go Oakland. I'm going Oakland on that. Ballsy, quick pick. Just going with it. Fuck it. Derek Carr, ball out in Minnesota. I hate Minnesota. Need them to lose. I mean, the hate is whatever. NFC North opponent is. I had to put it. All right. Jets, Pats. Another one, man. Jets suck, and they're down to their third-string quarterback. Patriots are favored by 22.5. It's crazy that there's 2 20-plus point spreads in the same week, and it's crazy that I'm going to take both of them. I think the Patriots are going to demolish the Jets. It's also a divisional appointment, so the divisional opponent, so the Jets or the Patriots don't play no games. Not that they would anyways. They run up the scores. So, I mean, I think that's going to be a fucking blowout. And then Giants, Bucks. They just announced that Daniel Jones will be the starter. Eli is getting benched after 2 struggling weeks, and they got their quarterback of the future behind them. Tampa Bay is favored by 6.5. They got to win by 7. I actually am going to go with the Giants on this. I think Daniel Jones is going to have a good start. I think he's going to be pretty good. I mean, Saquon Barkley is so good. So if this guy can just formulate a couple throws, Saquon can really take over. I think I'm going to go with the Giants. I don't think that they're going to be like really good now with Daniel Jones, but I think he's going to be an improvement, and they'll probably surprise a little bit. So whether or not they win, I don't know, but I think they're going to keep it close. So I'm going to go Giants on that. Panthers, Cardinals. Carolina's got to win by 3. They're in Arizona. Arizona's been playing well, but Carolina's 0-2. They desperately need this win if they want to have any chance. Yeah, but Cam's looked so bad, and they're saying that he is definitely kind of hurt. I'm going to go with Carolina, though. I think Kyler's had a good start, but I just don't see... I mean, I don't know. That's just a guess. These are all guesses. The hell do I know? Saints, Seahawks. Seahawks got to win by 6. Saints are on Teddy Bridgewater. Drew Brees is out for 6 weeks. He broke his thumb. So I think Saints, Seahawks. I'm going to go Seahawks by a touchdown. They got to win by 6. Seahawks by a touchdown. They're in Seattle. Teddy Bridgewater hasn't started in a while, I don't think. He's good, but I don't know. Niners, Steelers. Ben Roethlisberger out for this season. So Niners are getting 6.5. They got to win by 7. Pittsburgh, their backup, what's his name? Mason Rudolph. He's not terrible, but so we're going to have to see how this goes. But San Francisco looking good. Jimmy Garoppolo, 12 starts, 10-2 in his career. He's been hurt a lot, though, which is the struggle, but 10-2. 10-2. So I'm going Niners. I think they're going to win by a touchdown over the backup at Pittsburgh. Chargers, Texans. Chargers up 3.5. They got to win by 4. I'm going to do this really quick. Even though the Chargers are good, Texans. I just like the Texans. I think they're going to win this. They're in L.A., but Deshaun's going to recover. They didn't have a great week last week, even though they won. They almost blew that. I'm going Houston. All right, Rams, Browns. This is the Sunday night game. Browns are on primetime again. They were on Monday night this past week, and they got the W against a terrible Jets team, as we talked about. Myles Garrett demolished Trevor Siemian. Northwestern product, Trevor Siemian. Like the only quarterback I ever get to see from Northwestern, and he just got fully demolished. So his ankle's out, so they're down to their third string because Sam Darnold must have been making out with the wrong person. He's got mono. I don't know what's going on over there. I didn't know mono would keep him out for like 6 weeks. I mean, I guess there's bad cases of mono. I just didn't know. I had no idea. Okay, so Rams got to win by at least 3. They're getting 2.5. They're in Cleveland. Cleveland's got all this hype around them, but the Rams have all the experience. Rams are 2-0. Cleveland's 1-1. I'm going to go with the Browns. Not the popular pick here, but I'm going to go with the Browns. Most people would pick the Rams. I should probably pick the Rams. I should pick the Rams, right? Should I pick the Rams? Should I pick the Rams? The Rams got to win. The Rams got to win by at least 3, right? Guys, I'm struggling here. Struggling. It's basically an even matchup. Or no, it's not, because the Cleveland's at home. So they're saying that if they give them 3, it's basically they're saying the Rams are a touchdown favorite. But I'm going to go with the Cleveland Browns. I'm going to stick with my gut, because that would be stupid if you heard me on air and I didn't stick with my gut, and then all of a sudden, what? They fucking kill it. So I'm going with Browns, whatever. And then finally, Bears-Redskins pick, baby. I pretty much always, if you guys listen, you know that I pretty much always go with the Bears. And I'm going to go with the Bears again, baby. It's 4.5, so the Bears got to win by at least 5. I think they will. I think they're going to show out. They're in Washington, and it's Monday night, but I think they're going to have a recovery game. Washington ain't very good. I think Mitch is going to play better. He can't play worse. So, I mean, I'd say the offense is going to show up a little bit. I think they score some points. I think we win pretty easily. I have to predict the score because it's the tiebreaker, and I am going to go with it's going to be 27-14. No, 27-13 Bears. Yep, 27-13 Bears. All right, guys. That is my Week 3 picks. I hope you enjoyed that. I don't know. I hope that added any insight to you. Very briefly before I end this episode, I'm just going to mention because the Cubs are in their playoff race right now. I went to the game last night. What is up with Cincinnati being the killer for the Cubs? They always beat us. So I think the Reds have gone 11-8 against us on the whole season. So they beat us last night. It's really tough. We are currently, let me double check, but I believe we are 3 out, tied with the Brewers. We're in the second wild card spot. Yeah, the Cubs and the Brewers are 82-70. They are 3 games behind the Cardinals. Cardinals are in town for a 4-game series this weekend, biggest series of the season, obviously. If the Cubs sweep, I mean, they're in first. If they split, fuck. We can't split. You can't split. Unfortunately, if they split, the Brewers have a really good shot at gaining some ground, and the Cubs are in the second wildcard spot with the Brewers. So this is going to be a tough race here down the stretch. Not only do they have their 4 games series against the Cardinals right now, but then they go to Pittsburgh for 3, and then they go to St. Louis for the final 3 of the season. So we'll find out what happens this last week. Next week I probably will be. I'm gonna predict that I will be very optimistic about. I think I'm gonna predict that next week's episode I will be talking about the Cubs going into the final weekend of the season 1 game out against the Cardinals. There's my prediction. Man, that's somewhat optimistic. So let's hope that is the case. But yeah, otherwise, please, that's the rest of, that's all I got. That's all I got. I mean, the Bulls are still in off season. I just looked on StubHub and they're already selling preseason tickets for Bulls Bucks, which is like October 12th. So that's kind of cool. NBA season's kind of around the corner. Hockey season as well. So I'm excited, I'm excited. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, I really appreciate it over here at Passion Park ENT, you know what I'm saying? If you got any questions you want me to answer on air, if you got any just words or anything you want to say, you want to just write in, please do. You can, DM on any social platform. You can send me a message. You can send me an email, whatever. But make sure you check out everything on passionparkent.com. Subscribe to this wherever you listen to podcasts, on YouTube or on any of the podcast services. I really appreciate you. Please go stream Bully Freestyle, my new song. Subscribe on or follow me on Spotify so you get in tune with all the new music as soon as it comes out. Heaven, Beautiful, Bully Freestyle are all there. So much more to my newest album. 22 songs, over an hour of music you can catch up on and listen to if you want to hear some stuff from me. So I really appreciate you guys. Enjoy your weekends and I don't know, just have a great time. Be safe out there. Love you guys. One love. Be back next week. That was a real fumble at the end there, right? What was that? I don't know what's going on here, guys. All right. Smoke some weed. Smoke weed every day.